Well, what are you making of market movement we're seeing at the moment?
Thank you very much, Alishia. I'm really glad to be here. Definitely, as you observed there, we are seeing a bit of what we can call market correction in terms of how the market is behaving. And also in line with that, it's more of a bit of a lull period, especially around this time when we are anticipating corporate actions. So the last few weeks, we've not seen a lot of corporate announcements, which basically is causing a bit of a stir, especially among the investors as well as speculators. So we are seeing a bit of profit taking, as well as people looking at whether the corporate actions are going to really be substantial.
Of course, looking at the gainer board yesterday, a surprise factor is the company that sits on that gainer board at the top for a second day in a row. We've got Berger. It gained 8.3% yesterday, and Berger is saying that, well, traders saying that off Berger, the trailing PE is sitting at around 20, and the buyers must be anticipating a very sharp uplift in full year earnings in this paint maker moving forward. What are your expectations there?
Well, the strategic position of Berger basically has been very, very favorable, and that counter had been affected last year basically because of a certain error in trading, which caused a bit of a problem in terms of the pricing. And as of now, most of the investors are looking for value, and definitely that's one of the counters that they are looking at.
Looking at the manufacturers in specific, specifically, I mean, we've got manufacturing and industrial space companies here expected to benefit from a stronger shilling in the second half of 2009, but then you've got the higher input costs and the availability of cheap substitutes and imports probably going to negate some of those gains moving forward. How are the scales being balanced in that regard in your books?
Well, definitely when you look at, for instance, the industrial sector in Kenya with the Vision 2030, with some of the developments that we are seeing in terms of infrastructural development, in terms of government spending, definitely the industrial sector is going to benefit significantly, mostly because of the local market. And also when you look at the booming sector of real estate, it's going to be definitely another opening for Berger as well as other industrial stocks. And so because of that, we are seeing a lot of people trying to take positions, especially in terms of Berger as well as other related stocks.
Well, talking about input costs, I mean, the power situation has been a bit of an Achilles heel for business in Kenya. KenGen has announced, though, that it plans to add 280 megawatts of geothermal power at a cost of $1.3 billion shillings by 2013. How's the market reading that development?
Well, because of that, you'll be seeing especially KenGen, which had been trading almost at IPO price of 11.90, has gone up almost to 14 shillings, which has been very positive. I show that investors are beginning to see the value in that stock, though definitely as at now, the stock is still more of a medium-term to long-term investment stock because of the bond offering that they did, which basically shows that the returns that are going to come because of such investments are not going to be expected, especially in the near future.
Well, we've got on the loser board in the meantime Kenya Airways. Yesterday it fell back just over 3.5%, but traders saying that there are good buyers at current levels and they will undoubtedly return soon. What is your outlook for KQ?
Well, for KQ, definitely the rise in the price was a bit of a concern because we saw it going up almost from 35 shillings to 45, which is 10 points up, and definitely that was a bit of a concern because most of the investment or advice that was supporting it was mainly what has been talked about, the South African 2010 World Cup results or the games. And so because of that, the relationship because of that came because of that has caused a bit of a demand in the share, and because of that there has been a bit of a correction on the counter and also a bit of profit taking, but there's still a lot of speculation. I'm also getting a lot of buy orders, and most investors are waiting for it to come to maybe in the range of 45, 46 to continue buying it.